rating is basically multiplying the usage with a particular rate which is maintained in CC, and then
Yeah.
generating the billable item. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So rating is essentially taking the consumption quantity or usage, multiplying by the rate per whatever we define, getting a billable item out of it. Okay.
correct.
And if we went from convergent mediation to CI first, then it gets rated in
Mhm.
CI and then it goes to CC, right? But if it goes to CC first, then it gets rated there and then it can then go to CI. It can go either way.
Correct. No,
Okay.
rating always happens in CC. It's just that
Mhm.
when this rateable status is there, right? So when
Yeah.
there is an option called perform rating,
Okay.
which there. Let me see if that is there. I can show you in the screen also.
Oh, the rating always happens in CC. Okay.
This is the issue which I'm getting. I'm not sure why I'm getting every now and then. Were you also getting this, Srikanth, when you logged into the server, or is it just me? I'm
I
not
logged
sure.
in a couple of times, but there is one time it said disconnected and then I didn't connect it back. But yeah, probably I need
Okay.
to check to see whether.
Okay. See, this is the display of consumption items. You have
Yeah.
rateable, rated, raw data, accepted. So if you just click on rated, let's say if I'm doing it, giving a date range
Yeah.
from 19th to 22nd, let's say. So this, if you should, it tells you there are no data. But if I, let's say if I'm doing, there is no data. But let's say if I'm giving it as all items, let's see if we have anything, this any consumption items. Do a blank search. You see here, all these are consumption items over here. See, if you see this is rated, this is rated. You see, this is rateable. Now, if you do, you have to go here and there is a perform rating option. There you can also simulate and you can perform also. So you can,
Yeah.
if you click on perform rating, if let's say you have a perform rating option. If you perform that rating, you click on perform rating, there is this execute button. So you'll have to go here. So
Yeah.
if you see this, it tells you the details basically. Okay. In this case, it tells you that there's an error. Okay. So
Yeah.
C in CI, you can also get, if you want to see the error, you can go to this log. If you see, it tells you pricing not possible due to missing provider contract reference. Now, if you see
Oh,
here, if you go back to that set, you'll see that there is no contract over here. If you see,
yeah.
for all the others, there was a contract, there was a relevant contract number. But for this, we
Yes.
don't have anything, right? So
Oh,
means that for rating, we will always need a contract reference. Otherwise, CC cannot, when you rate it, it
yeah.
takes that particular contract number or the technical ID, right? CC
Yes.
cannot find what particular contract it is trying to rate.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say I'm doing this one, perform
These are all
rating.
the screen that we are looking at. Those are all the consumption records that you're looking at.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are all the consumption data records. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have in this screen, you will find there is a consumption item monitor, which you find everything over there. Okay, so let's say
Okay.
I'm doing this rating. Does it get rated? Okay, even this says there is an issue. Rating could not be processed. ID. Okay, let me see what is the error.
One more question. This whole
Mhm.
thing that we are doing, manually we are doing it, but we could set it up so that all of these processes are automatically done. Regular, like a bad
Yes,
job.
yes. Yeah, yeah. There are lots of bad jobs you can do for like rating, invoicing,
Mhm.
even like contracts getting replicated. Let's say some of your contracts fail, right?
Yeah.
During creation. So you can also
Mhm.
set up a job where, let's say, you have a failed ODI step. So you remember there were like different ODI steps. Once your contract gets replicated to
Yeah.
CI, then it flows to CC. So that,
Yeah.
let's say there is a particular ODI step which fails. In that
Mhm.
case, you can also set up another job which will basically check whatever contracts have failed in the system, and you can re-trigger those steps. Let's say if you don't need to do it manually. Let's say if there was an error, you have maintained that master data or maintained that configuration, and you just
Yeah.
want to re-trigger all the contracts which are there in the system, all the
Yeah.
failed contracts. Let's say, so whatever there is a technically active status. If it's no, it will take that, and then whatever contracts are there which are technically active, no, it will re-trigger those steps. So yeah, that can be
Okay.
done. It's not that you have to do manual. Yeah. So
Okay.
you can set up jobs. Yeah. So after usage, we'll move to one-off. In this, so what can happen is, Shrikant, one-off charges or one-off
Mhm.
items can be modeled in multiple ways. So you can use it as two ways. You can always create a standalone one-off charge also. So
Yeah.
what it does is, in this case, it will create a subscription. It does not create a contract. What it will do is,
Yeah.
from SOM, it will directly create one particular one-time bit in CI. You won't
Mhm.
find any provider contract for that. Okay.
Okay.
In other case, what you can do is you can create a provider contract also. So one-off bit is created during provider contract distribution and is linked
Yeah.
to the contract. So you can create without any contract relation, and you can also create one with a contract relation. You have two ways you can do it.
Okay. Okay.
Assignment of a contract account. So contract accounts can be assigned directly to the items of a solution quote on the item list. So what you can do is if there are different, there is a assigned contract account over here. If you see it, when you click on this assigned contract account, it will give you this particular screen. So you can either
Mhm.
assign contract accounts can be either assigned at header level also and item level also. So you have both
Mhm.
both the options, and
Okay.
it can be used for search when you want to search any. Let's say if you want to search solution codes having any particular contract account, you can also do that. You can also do that. Once you have your, if you see here, you have to first release all items. Okay, when you save, let's say you're saving a solution code. This is a sample solution code. You have to click on release all items. So you see in this case, your status is open over here. If you see, there was an open status. Once you release, it goes to a release status. If you see, you first release all items and then you accept your solution code.
Yeah.
Only when all the items are released, your solution code can be accepted. It's not that if this status is an open, if this is an open status, if any of your products are in open status, you cannot accept it. All the items have to be released, and then you can go and accept. So once you accept it, all your follow-on documents will get triggered.
Okay.
Now I'll move on to the next screen. Okay, so this is basically showing you how a solution quotation can be implemented. So let's say in your SOM, you have subscription order management, you have order fulfillment, you have also CC, and there is convergent invoicing and contract accounting. So let's say in your solution quote, you have these four items: a sales item, a service contract, one-time service, and a subscription. It could be the usage or recurring. Once you accept your solution quote for sales, since it's a tangible product or a selling product, you get a sales order, and then this follows your SD process. Like you have a delivery, SD billing document will get created. Okay, for your service contract, again you have a when your service contract gets replicated, you have a service contract. One time will have a service order, and these will generate your billing document requests. These can be integrated with your SD billing document. Okay,
Okay.
and your subscription will create a subscription contract. Now, once this is replicated, this flows as provider contract to CI to convergent charging and convergent invoicing. Now, recurring fees. Let's say if it's annual or any particular recurring service, recurring fee, like if it's any duration based, you have two ways to do it. You can either do it via the CI billing plan or via CC. But in this case, you see it's mentioned that this will get replicated via the billing plan. So once your provider contract gets created, you have certain billing plans associated with it. When that billing plan gets triggered, you get these recurring fees. Okay, and your
Mhm.
usage over here, if you see, this comes from CC or CM.
Okay.
Basically, your
Mhm.
usage fee. Since this is a usage fee, this is the what this tells us that it is this particular bit. Okay, it is this bit.
Yeah.
Now CC might get that consumption item from somewhere else, or let's say in this case, you might also see that the consumption item might be in CI, and then once you rate it, it goes from CC to CI. So over here for usage, you have this. Now your recurring fee and your usage fee, it can be combined into a convergent invoicing billing document. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you see
Mhm.
here, you have in S4HANA sales, you have SD billing doc, and in convergent invoicing, you have a CI billing document. These two can be incorporated into one as a CI invoice document. So these are billing docs, multiple billing docs, the billing documents from multiple sources. They can be integrated using a CI invoice document. So
Okay.
you might have another case, like you might have multiple SD billing documents, multiple CI billing documents. If you want to incorporate or sum it up, aggregate all these amounts in one, in convergent invoicing, you can have the service invoice document or CI invoice document. Okay, and then this gets replicated to FICA as your FICA document. So this is how your entire process works.
Should the payer be the same? Who is going to pay for that combined billing document? Should that be same across all line items, or can be a different payer?
No, it can be different. So let's say for your service contract, it might be different. For your subscription contract, it might be a different payer. That can be different
Oh, wow. So that combined document, CA document, can have multiple payers at line item
payers.
level.
Correct. Yes. Even in your
Oh,
SD billing, CI billing document, you might have multiple billing documents where the payers are different. So you can have that. So as a follow-up document, what you see is like for your sales order, you have a sales order, service order, a subscription contract, and a service contract. In this case, as I mentioned earlier, your standalone subscription one-off items, it can be directly sent to CI as bits. You don't need a provider contract reference for that. And this a creation of a provider contract. So once your subscription contract gets created in SOM, all your provider contract, which is the reference document for that particular subscription contract, that gets created in FICA and CC from using a subscription contract via the order distribution interface or the so there are steps which get triggered once your subscription contract documents gets created. That is a provider contract, and that gets created via ODI. Any doubt till now?
No, I think it's good. Yeah.